are outside of Goldleaf right now. We're going to be filming episode 2 of The Blend, and we're going to be shooting some Portra 800 on the Leica M6. There's a lot of natural light pouring in right now, but I'm still going to be shooting with Portra 800, just kind of a solid choice, just because it's pretty safe when you overexpose Portra 800. But yeah, pretty standard. There's a lot of different colors here, so I think it's really going to pop and kind of make the shot glow a little bit. I love the natural light pouring in right now, and then also like the colors of the couch as well.
So we opened up in 2020 with got the keys to this place in February 2020. Shortly after we had the keys, well, 1 month later, COVID happened, and we weren't able to open until about the middle of June. Strong pivot happened once we got the keys and could actually open up and be open to the public. Anything changed, we knew that what we needed to do was be a place for the community. Lived in the neighborhood. If you don't live in the neighborhood, you should come through. We're all pleased to do. Just a safe place to be.
Studying at coffee shops was always my favorite thing, and that's, I guess, where like the obsession of coffee shops, studying and going home like smelling like coffee is probably one of the most rewarding things, you know, in this life. So I guess I kind of just grew attached like that way. That the hot dog is gonna pop really well with the green. That's so fun. With the rangefinder, you have to line up the focusing, and when there's a lot of shadows, it's really kind of hard to tell what you're looking at. But you just have to find a solid white line or solid lines in the shot, and then you just kind of have to base the shot off of shadows. I think that's really it.
Check the photos.
Hey, that's mean. There's a photo that I took from Parlor House, and just the open windows and then the contrast with the shadows and then like the greens. It's just like one of my favorite shots. So it's just like open natural light with the green coffee shop is just on Portra 800. Like you get like those really deep, rich colors, and there's nothing better than that. Something really cool about this film series that I'm learning to do is really just kind of like being intentional with the 36 exposures and, you know, rationing it out. So maybe it's like five of the shots are coffee, or 5 of the shots are, you know, of the space, or, you know, signage outside. So you just kind of have to be intentional with every single frame. And I think that's actually really an awesome thing with the film series, and it's actually gonna, you know, translate into me being a better videographer and digital photographer. So that's something really exciting, and, you know, get to meet really cool people, you know, that own these shops and, you know, what they're all about. And I love that Goldleaf is for the community, and it's a safe space for everyone. Yeah, I guess like the call to action for this whole entire video series is to check out the coffee shops that are there, and then also just to, you know, if you're curious about coffee shops or you want to film at different shops or different restaurants, like, you know, they're just people at the end of the day, and if you just show them your work or show them, you know, what you want to be doing, like more times than not, they're gonna, you know, be like welcoming you with open arms. And, you know, if you want to get into a certain niche or certain industry, you have to start somewhere. All right, so welcome back. The film from Goldleaf just got developed and sent over to me. Shout out Joey Trowbridge. Again, I attribute a lot of my learnings of film to him, and also YouTube University. And so this is actually my 25th roll of film that I've shot on the M6. And with it being my 25th, I think I'm really just kind of dialing in the different compositions that I like, and then also how to expose properly in, you know, different scenarios, and what film stock has the best latitude, or, you know, the best usage in certain scenarios. So first and foremost, shout out JC and Goldleaf for allowing me and Jacob to come in and really just kind of highlight their space. Their beautiful space too, especially on Portra 800. I love just all of the different tones that the store has. There's so many warm tones, but then also a little bit mixture of, you know, cold tones right here. As you can see on the menu and on the kitchen side, it's very cold, but then, you know, on the signage part, it's very warm. So I wanted to capture both. So to start off with, it's not the most glamorous shot ever, but I wanted to highlight the menu photo. I forget what f-stop I was shooting this at, but it's absolutely incredible to me how dialed in the menu is. But then right above the menu, I can't even see the sign. I think it's the Wi-Fi sign. The Wi-Fi sign is completely blurred out, and I'm convinced you cannot replicate true film. That was really pretentious, I apologize. So moving forward, I really love this shot of the plants and also the door. You know, you have tons of light coming in from the windows and also the door. And I believe in this episode, you know, I shared how to expose properly. If you want silhouettes, you know, you have to expose differently from, you know, if you just want the whole entire scene to show. So with film, it's better to overexpose than to underexpose. It's completely different than digital. It's completely opposite. So you really just have to know your camera, and if it has an internal light meter, you have to find out how balanced is that light meter. The M6's light meter is very center focused, at least I think, but getting used to how the M6 meters light and how to adjust properly when you're shooting. So particularly in this shot, I really, really love the stacking of the different plants that are being hung up. I love the stacking, and it almost just creates kind of a leading line towards the center of the frame, which is the blue wall, which is completely in the middle. I'm not a huge fan of vertical shots, but I think that this shot vertically composed is the best. In my opinion, you know, you have the door in the background, seeping in light and creating shadow onto those two chairs, and then also center frame, I had to get the duck in the shot as well. So really just in love with these photos. I think I really just exposed it properly for the coffee shop. And you know, the most difficult thing that I'm having to learn is how to expose for a silhouette versus, you know, just a regular shot. For silhouettes, you kind of have to meter based on where the shadows are. Compared to the shot of the art pieces on the wall, I really didn't have to worry about light metering or where I was metering, just because it's pretty even light, and I knew that it was going to turn out pretty evenly lit. So last but not least, shout out Goldleaf and JC for allowing us to use their space, and then also shout out Jacob for capturing the behind the scenes of this episode. And then also, last but not least, shout out Joey Trowbridge for developing, and also Jake Moran for giving us the idea to go to Goldleaf in the first place. So if you guys like more of these episodes, stay tuned for more, and I will see you guys in the next one.